So for this video, we're going to be looking at how to take notes. This is your introductory video into the blended classroom. So you'll notice that the name of the video is in the top right corner. It won't always be there, but that's where I put it this time. We're going to be talking about angle pairs. So we have our main pairs we're going to be looking at are supplementary angles, complementary angles, and straight angles. So supplementary and complementary, you may have already heard, you may have even heard of straight angles. So let's just do a quick review. Supplementary angles are angles that add up to be 180 degrees. An example of two supplementary angles would be 110 degrees and 70 degrees. When we talk about these pairs, we talk about an angle having a supplement. The supplement of 110 degrees is 70 degrees. The supplement is what makes the angles add up to be 180. For complementary angles, those add up to be 90 degrees. Okay, so an example of that would be 30 degrees and 60 degrees. For this one, we talk about the complement. Okay, the complement of 30 degrees is 60 degrees. Okay, so you're going to find yourself in a situation this year where you're going to have to know these rules. You're going to have to know that two angles add up to be 180 degrees to solve for an answer. But a big one you're going to be using is what we call a straight angle. Okay, a straight angle is a line. That's all it is. A straight angle is always 180 degrees. But what you're going to see even more of is what we call a linear pair. If I take a line and I divide this into two parts, I have created angles right here that must add up to be 180 degrees. We call that a linear pair. Okay, that is two angles that create a straight line. So here's another example. So if this is 140 degrees, this must be 40 degrees. You're going to see linear pairs throughout the year. So let's look at some example problems. On number one, you look at the problem and you see that you're asked to solve for x. So you figure out what you know and what you don't know. Okay, so I know that this is a right angle. So I know that the measure of this angle here is 90 degrees. That means that this angle plus this angle has to equal 90 degrees. That's one way to solve it. So now it's time to use that algebra that you have been using for years now, it seems like. We know that x minus 30 plus 75 has to equal 90 degrees. And now it's time to solve for x. We don't really need those parentheses, so we can get rid of them. There's nothing to multiply on the outside by. So, time to simplify. Got to combine my like terms on the side. So I get x plus 45 equals 90. Subtract 45 from both sides. X equals 45. And that's not degrees. Okay, x is not degrees. X is what we were solving for in the problem. So x equals 45. Now down here for number 2, what do we know about what these two angles have to add up to be? You should look at this problem and recognize that you have a straight angle, which has to be equal to 180 degrees. So we know that 2x plus 30 plus x plus 6 has to equal 180 degrees. Again, we don't need these parentheses. There's nothing on the outside that's making us multiply. So, combine like terms, I get 3x plus 36 equals 180. Subtract 36 from both sides. I get 144 equals 3x. I'm going to divide, we'll move it over here. 3x equals 144. Divide both sides by 3, and I get x equals 48. Again, that's not degrees because we were solving for x. Okay, so now at this point, you would be done with the video, you would go to the questions on Google Classroom, answer them, and submit your answers. And that's it for this video.